So Walgreens continues to receive all the Clone Trooper exclusives. This time they are getting the 187th Battalion Clone Trooper, also known as the Mace Windu Clone Troopers. This is by Hasbro, of course, Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch series. And this is the first time we're getting the 187th Legion ever in Black Series. And here's the side art. And here's the backside read-up, and you can go ahead and pause the video here if you guys are interested in that. So although this is the first time we are getting this specific clone, this is not the first time we're getting this body mold, so this should hopefully be a fairly quick review. I'm really just going to go over the paint apps, the look, and compare it next to some of the other troopers, but it's the same figure as the Ahsoka troopers, as the 212th Battalion, which was the previous Walgreens exclusive. So if you own any of those troopers, then you already know what you're going to be getting here in terms of sculpt, in terms of articulation. So we're probably going to go ahead and skip over the articulation section and just really focus on the paint apps and the comparisons. And just like all those previous Clone Trooper releases, he only comes with this blaster rifle. Alright, so this figure does retail for, I think, $22.99. It's between $22 or $24.99. It is only exclusive to Walgreens. Seeing that the 212th Battalion cost me $24.99 when I bought him at Walgreens, I'm only going to assume that in stores this is going to be $24.99 as well. If it's any higher than that, then it's absolutely ridiculous, because he only does come with a blaster rifle, and it's a repaint of a body mold we've already gotten multiple times before. This is easy money here, just repainting this thing. But it's cool that we are getting the 187th Battalion Trooper, although it only made an appearance in Clone Wars. That's why it's under the Clone Wars banner. And actually, recently LEGO made a 187th Battalion Lego set with Mace Windu included, which is pretty cool. But they made the minifigures really purple, like white and purple, instead of this color here, which is I think how we saw them in the Clone Wars show, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the more accurate look, not the purple. But again, I'm not a Star Wars expert, so if I'm wrong about that, please go ahead and let me know down below. So as you can see, the colors here look pretty cool. I like the paint. I think the line work is supposed to be messy like that. You can see how it's not super straight. I think it's supposed to be jagged like that. Even down here in the thighs, it's very jagged. It's not straight, and I think it's meant to be like that. It was like that on the 212th Battalion. Maybe it's meant to kind of signify some paint scrapes or battle damage or whatnot. So, but the one thing I noticed is that the white of the armor is more of a creamy color. It's not super white hot color compared to the regular clone troopers, as you'll see in a comparison. But overall, the paint apps are applied on the figure pretty clean, and I'm pretty happy with it. No issues here at all. It's on the body mold. It's on the newer Clone Trooper body mold, which I absolutely love, and I hope they continue to use. So I'm glad that they keep using this one, and they don't go back to the old one like they did with the Archive Wave and the 501st Trooper. I really hope we get a 501st Trooper on this body eventually. So that means that this is the head, of course, that has the unpainted head within the mask that is glued on there. So you could heat this up and remove the helmet if you want, and you'll see a Tamora Morrison Clone Trooper head sculpt underneath there that is unpainted and completely white. So they continue to do that. I feel like they should be taking advantage of that head sculpt and actually give us a painted Clone Trooper head sculpt. It could be the same exact head sculpt in every single one of these releases because they're all Clone Troopers. So at the very least, give us that, the option to remove the helmet so we could army build these guys and have some background troopers without the helmets on and then some foreground troopers with the helmets on. And, we could make some pretty creative scenes or displays, I feel like. So, but anyways, that's your up close look. Nothing that we haven't seen before in terms of sculpt, but the paint job is there, so it's all good. And again, the gun, it's just all black, nothing nothing crazy, nothing painted on there, and he holds it in his right hand, not his left. His left is just like a grabbing hand to grab the barrel of the gun, but you can easily put that in his hand and then use the other hand to grasp the bottom. So there you go, something like that. Now, one thing I did notice on my specific figure, I don't know if this has to do with the blister in the package, but I get some marks there, like indentation marks. There's even one on this side. I want to say that's the plastic that holds the figure in, but I've never really seen that happen before. on figures, so it's kind of odd that it happened on this one, unfortunately. Alright, so here he is with the most recent Walgreens exclusive, which is the 212th Battalion here. You can see the difference in the white. That's what I was referring to. This one's more of a hot white or white hot, you know, super white, while this is more of a creamy version of it. Of course, they both stand the same height, but some people like to see the measuring tape on there, so you can see that they stand at 6 inches, slightly taller than 6 inches. So it's all good. And then here is the one that started it all. We have the 332nd Ahsoka Clone Trooper. Technically, it's a 501st with an Ahsoka helmet, so they could easily, again, make a 501st Trooper with this. Just give us the 501st helmet, and that's it. Call it a day. Easy repaint, easy release once again, and everyone will buy it. So hopefully they'll do that eventually. But here's the look at these two, and this one's even whiter, I feel like, than the Walgreens one. Yeah, the whites on all three of these are actually different. So there's a look at that. Alright, so of course we got to get in the general himself, Mace Windu. And this, of course, is the Mace Windu from the movies. And then here is the Clone Wars version of Mace Windu. And this one has the colossier head sculpt, as you can see. But, of course, you can pick and choose which one you prefer to display with your troopers. So, like I said, quick and easy short review of the brand new Walgreens exclusive Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch 187th Battalion Trooper, or also known as the Mace Windu Clone Troopers. So personally, I dig it. I have no gripes here. I think the likeness came out great, the paint apps came out great, and I'm glad that they chose the more accurate colors that appeared on the show, rather than the super bright purple that Lego did for their minifigs. I think they went the right direction. It looks good here next to Mace Windu. If I had a couple more, it would look even better. So I like the figure, but it is a Walgreens exclusive, and personally I've always had issues with Walgreens exclusives. Of course, I got this specific one from my plug overseas, not from Walgreens since it hasn't arrived at Walgreens just yet in the States, but I've never had any luck finding any exclusives in Walgreens physically in stores. I can only hope that Walgreens will stock it on the website, which they've been doing a lot better lately, so hopefully they do stock this trooper on the website as well so people can have a chance in grabbing him as well. Now, in the end, I don't feel like I need to army build this guy too crazy since it's not a very well-known or popular clone, but it's always cool to have different clones in the army build, so it's nice to have a different color here and there. Either way, let me know down below how many you plan on army building, if any at all. And while you're down there, hit the like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. And as always, take care, take it easy, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.